Hello everyone, Grandpa Hickory. Welcome to my video of when laughter doesn't work. Back in the 1970s, me and my son used to go dove hunting on, there were several, I think there were 6,000 acres, and there was all kinds of maize and everything that was growing in the fields. And we got a lot of dove. We hunted out there for a long time, and it was a little lady by the name of Mrs. Parnell owned the property, and her husband's the one that gave us permission to go out there and hunt. And we had wonderful times together. Me and my son, we spent many days, and we had such a wonderful time. They had fields of sunflowers that were taller than we were. And we got so many dove, it was just unbelievable. But I'll never forget, there came a day that Mrs. Parnell, she told me something one time. She was in her 80s or late 80s, and I believe it was. And she told me, she always sat on her little porch in a rocking chair, and she said, "You're not killing my birds, are ya?" I said, "Yes, ma'am, we're getting us some doves." And she said, "Well, I sit out here and I look." And she said, she said, "Young feller, I was sitting right here on my porch." She had a real nice little rocking chair. We were talking to her. And she said, "I looked out there across that field and I saw so many doves come up." I said, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, we've been out there in the middle of them. I mean, they were all over us. It was unbelievable." She said, "But let me tell you what else." I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "I saw angels." Me and my son, we looked at each other. And she said, "They were coming towards me." "I'll never forget it," she said. Well, the next day, Mrs. Parnell passed away. And I'll never forget, as long as I live, I went to the funeral home and signed the book, and a lot of the relatives were there, and they were really sad, and I didn't know what to do. You know how you are, and these are times that really you should keep your lips zipped and your mouth shut, like my dad used to tell me. But I forgot my dad's advice, and I decided the thing for me to do was try to be a comic and try to make everybody laugh. Well, friends, it didn't work. And I realized it. I left quietly. I went out the door of the funeral home, walked down the old steps, went out and stood outside my car, and I cried. I cried because laughter failed, and I could not help. So I prayed and I left. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'm Grandpa Hickory. When laughter doesn't work.